welcome back to my channel. It is Amanda. How are you today? Today I'm going to be talking about some eyeshadow palettes that I think are perfect for fall. I say this all the time, I'm not a seasonal makeup wearer. If I want to wear neon in December or October, I do, but there are definitely some tones that I gravitate towards in the fall, primarily greens, but that's also year-round. So I was going through my collection and I was looking at palettes that I thought would be great for this type of year. Some of them are still available for purchase, and if they are, I will leave them linked in the description box. So let's get to the palettes. I didn't initially include this in my bucket of palettes that I have here, but this is the palette that I'm wearing today, and I thought, oh, that's pretty fallish, and that is the Colourpop Good as Gold palette. I've only used this palette a few times, but it's very autumnal, I feel, but it would also like work well for holiday, Thanksgiving, probably New Year's Eve if you know, are like young and have energy and go out for New Year's Eve. I don't do that, but I thought this was a really nice color scheme. This color right here, this Autumn, I'm saying Autumn. Oh, like autumn? Autumn? I don't really know how they want us to pronounce it. It's almost like a flaky Super Shock. It's very interesting. There's some interesting textures in here. There's mattes. There's one shimmer with glitter in here. And I'm not sure if they're calling this Gilded Shade a pressed glitter, but it's very not like a pressed glitter. So there's a lot of nice textures in here, a lot of beautiful gold tones. I don't very often wear gold eyeshadow, but I wanted to go gold today. So yeah, I'm gonna mention it, the Colourpop Good as Gold palette. Let's just talk about all the Colourpop palettes while we're at it, shall we? The next two are both Colourpop palettes that are, I'm so sorry, no longer available. You know what the first one is, right? Right? This is just such a fabulous, rich, lush fall palette. I don't think it's only a fall palette because I wear this palette year round, but it's just extra like ooh, just fall to me. Like when I think of fall, I think of this palette. I don't know why Colourpop does the things that they do and discontinues things that are so beautiful and so highly spoken of. This is, I think, at the top of almost everyone's favorite Colourpop palettes list. Almost everyone. I know not everyone loves this palette, but so many people love this palette. And they just won't bring it back. It's just beautiful. This Ebb color is it's breathtaking. It's beautiful. The 143 color, I know it's a purple and you're not maybe like thinking about bright purple in fall, but it's beautiful. This is my favorite one and done. I have 2 minutes to get ready. I'm going to throw an eyeshadow on my eyelids. This color is perfect for me. This Hooky color is, I talked about this palette a lot. I know everyone does. I'm so sorry. The next is the At Forest Sight palette. That was the collaboration palette with Raw Beauty Christy. We're talking about lush palettes. Like, lush. Luscious. This is an all matte palette with 2 shimmers, and then there is one black with some shimmer in it. But it's just really... Can you see the reflect in that polish? And by polish, I mean eyeshadow. It's got a red copper shimmer in it, and it looks like flashing lights. It's nauseatingly beautiful. Oh my gosh, but Fiddlehead and Emerald City, like, don't you just want to rub those colors on your face? They're so beautiful. I love that palette. Love the color story there. Christy did a great job with that one. Alright, let's talk about some mainstream palettes, shall we? And then we have a few indie palettes to talk about. The first is one from Nomad Cosmetics. This is the Love in London palette. I love this formula from BH Cosmetics. This line is the 16 pans. They're my favorite. I don't have all of them, but I kind of want all of them. They're very, very nice palettes. This is a really nice, cool toned, kind of rich, regal, royalty color scheme if you want like a cooler tone fall palette, which, you know, I know I'm wearing yellow golds today, but I love a cooler tone eyeshadow. And so there are 7 mattes and 9 shimmers in here. I really like this palette a lot. This London color is fabulous. This Duchess color, absolutely beautiful. Alright, I'm going to bust out the good old Persona Identity palette. This is the first palette. They have since updated the packaging, and now I think it's plastic. And this palette it's not that this palette has like a groundbreaking color story, but the formulas are so nice, and it's just a very nice, easy palette. But it's still, I mean, it's really any season appropriate. It's not just fall. 7 mattes and 5 shimmers in here. This bossy color, it's great. I've gotten a lot of use about that. This color was on a project, Shadow project last year, I think. The audacious and chic colors, I love these. So beautiful. This is just a great palette from Persona. I don't have the Identity 2. I want it. I keep saying I don't need it, and I don't need it, but I do want it because I've enjoyed everything that I have tried from Persona Cosmetics. Their lip products, their highlights, their blushes. I love their blushes. I have one of their eyeliners. That's a black eyeliner. It's fabulous. I just really enjoy everything that I've tried from the brand, and I like the products that they release. And they don't release so much stuff that it's overwhelming, but they still release enough things to stay fresh and, you know, in the back of your mind, and like, oh hey, yeah, Persona. They have a good balance to their release schedule, I think. The next one is from LA Girl, and this is one of their Keep It Playful shadows. This is the orangey, coppery one. This is a beautiful palette. The LA Girl eyeshadow formula is really nice, and not just really nice for a drugstore price, it's very nice. I quite like them. I always think, oh, I can get rid of this palette because I don't use it as much as I should, but I love the shadows when I do use them, so I keep it. It's, I think, a $5.99 palette. It's available at Ulta. LA Girl is quite frequently on sale, not to mention you can use a coupon. This has 4 mattes and 5 metallic-y shimmer shades in here. I don't always need that, but for me, this is deep enough if you want something darker, of course. We probably all have more than one eyeshadow palette that we could pull from. This is a great one from LA Girl. Then the other drugstore palette is from Milani, and this is their Most Wanted series. This is called Outlaw Olive, and I mean, you didn't think I wasn't going to put an all green palette in here, did you? Obviously. This formula is lovely. I have spoken a lot about how I don't really care for the gilded formula from Milani, but this line, I don't know, it honestly looks kind of like the gilded formula, but something about how it's formulated is different, and it's really, really nice. There are several options available in this this line. There's a purple, which would be great for fall as well. There's, you know, a neutral brown. I think there's an all matte one. There are several options available, but this is my favorite because I love greens, and this eyeshadow palette is it's lovely. Okay, now we're going to talk about some indie palettes. This first palette is no longer available, but that is the Dose of Colors Desi and Katie Friendcation palette. There's some deep jewel tones in here, there's some neutrals, there's some mattes, there's some berries. There are a lot of options in here, so this is a good palette year-round, but I just love these, you know, I like berries in the fall. Groundbreaking, I know. But the mattes are nice, the metallic shades are very reflective and impactful. I mean, this blue to purple, it's like sick. It's so beautiful. There's a really pretty charcoal in here if you want a really dark black smoky eye for fall. Maybe that's your everyday look. I don't know how you live your life. That's fine. This, what is this called? In the Moment? Churro. It's sort of a topper shade, but it's beautiful. If you do very minimal makeup and then add this on top, it's very sparkly and reflective. It's just a really lovely palette. I don't think you can buy this anymore on the Dose of Colors website. I'm sure you can find it, use a Mercari or Poshmark or something, but it's quite lovely. And the packaging is 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. I have one from Nomad Cosmetics, and this is the Reina del Caribe Volume 1. There are 2 volumes of this, and then they also have the Spanglish palette. I do own all 3 of the palettes, and I do like all 3 of the palettes, but this is still my favorite. You guys, just look at these swatches, okay? Just look. I'm like barely touching White Hot Intensity. It's El Malecon shade. My fingers are stained. The Veradero shade. And then Celia. Like, are you joking? They are just like, let's just take a moment for them. Celia is one of the most beautiful colors I've ever seen in my life. El Malecon might actually be the most beautiful color that I've ever seen in my life. They look so metallic and the mattes are completely beautiful. I don't think a brand could have released like a better first product. This was the first product that they released, and I don't think anyone could have released a better first product. It's just so beautiful. I mean, there is like a noticeable divot in this color. Do you know how much eyeshadow I have that this has been used that many times that can happen? It's absolutely beautiful. I know those aren't typical fall colors, but and then the last palette is from Nomad Cosmetics. This is their Berlin Underground palette. They actually just released a new fall palette called, I think it's called Haunted Europe, and it looks so pretty. I have a list for Nomad Cosmetics of things that I'll be purchasing on their Black Friday sale. These are really grungy shades. I love a grungy look. Their shimmer shades are not like the most reflective, shimmery shades that you've ever seen in your entire life. They're more like probably what most people call like everyday shimmer. They are a little bit toned down, but they're still beautiful. Look at that bun. I mean, they're really smooth, really creamy. Hansa. Oh, so pretty. There's only one matte in this palette, and then like the red can probably be used as a matte because it has like a mild shimmer in it, but like barely. Well, that's a cool color story too, with like the bronze and the gray and the greens. It's really pretty. I think that's a great grungy palette for fall that you can do a lot with, and you have a lot of color options, and it's maybe a little more traditional fall. So those are some great options for fall IMO. What is your type of fall vibe? Are you like berries and coppers and like traditional fall? Do you just wear whatever? I like a little bit of everything. I like greens year round, so I am a little excited to just like have the license to wear as much olive green as possible in fall, because you can't tell me I'm wrong because it's fall. It's like olive green, you know? Let me know what your favorite fall palette is, like your go-to fall palette. I need to know. Please let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. If you have any video suggestions or questions or things you want to see, let me know, and I will talk to you in my next video.